Alright, if you hear the noise, please excuse it. I'm at work, kind of pissed off, but let's go ahead and get this Outlook going. It is week 18. This is Outlook number 1. Sorry for being super late with this. Um, let's start with the British Pound Futures. So, on the 4-hour time frame, we are still inside of the range, but we have some really good development on some price action moving here. We looked at before saying that price was definitely going to return to take out this high here existing at 1.3543, and I told you I was looking for a 15-minute sponsored candle, which ended up giving a very subtle response, but ultimately ended up failing because there was something higher inside of the price gap, and that actually ended up being another 15-minute price gap, or not another, but a 15-minute price gap that I did end up catching. So I'm in at 50% of the 15-minute price gap, and you can see the response um, as it is right now. And so obviously the target would be the previous low for the conservative target, and then if we're sticking for the sub bias, which is the macro bias, where we're looking for a continuation of bearish price action, then we're looking obviously a lot lower. We're looking for the low of the range, of course, and then continuation of bearish price action. But conservatively, we are looking right now for the low here to be the target, and then if price, performs a break of structure, then we continue on to the next low. If it's a liquidity draw, take profit, and so on and so forth. So yeah, so that's the price action that I'm seeing. The counter analysis is that price may pull back into. Actually, let me get rid of this. It may pull back into something on this side, but it's yet to be seen. I'm more inclined towards the sells right now because we just reached into the premium. So if there is anything that's going to be bullish or designed for buys, it's probably not going to be in this immediate area because this is way too close to 50% and we just achieved an objective. And if we're getting this strong of a response after achieving that objective, then I can guarantee that this is guarantee. I'm highly convicted that we will take out this low here as a target. All right, and so get rid of that. Pretty low. So that would be the target, and then this would be the next target. Cool, and so we already cleared that one. All right, so getting rid of, this is what we're looking like. And remember, this is all based off of the liquidity draw that happened here, which is what we're playing. So I'm playing the retracement based off of this liquidity draw into this price gap, and we're moving lower. So that's what I'm seeing. All right, on to gold. Nothing. NASDAQ, we are continuing on with the bullish run. We're still waiting. I mean, if you are catching, can catch every pullback and target the new high. That's basically all you have to do. But if you're looking for sells, you need to wait for more price action to establish the new range. So not really much to say there. All right, on to the Dow Jones. Still stuck inside of this range, but inching ever so closely towards that new high there, but we'll see what happens. We're starting to consolidate really heavily in the premium side, which means one of two things, one of two things. One, we're about to clear liquidity and absolutely die, or we're about to clear liquidity to the low side and absolutely fly. All right, so there's two things that can happen, but remember, this is a bearish range because we cleared the previous bullish range. So I am inclined to say that price, if it reaches this target, if it needs to, this is just liquidity. It doesn't really necessarily need to reach this target, but if it does, I would be inclined to look for a liquidity draw here and then playing that to move lower. Or price could just ultimately just start moving lower if it wanted to from here because we are building up a ton of liquidity and balancing a lot of orders inside of the premium of this range. All right. And then on to oil. So as we talked about before, oil is pressing on towards this high here, moving ever so closely to equilibrium of the really like the master range, really, which is the monthly time frame. Remembering that we were talking about price reaching this target, I have no doubts that it'll reach this, especially based off the response to this liquidity draw. We've built up a really good structural base from the bullish side, and everything is pretty much balanced as we move higher. So there's nothing really stopping this other than real world events. And then for the cattle futures, ooh, this is very nice recovery. How about that? So we're shaving off a lot of the loss that we had in the cattle futures. This is really cool. This is really good. All right, that's it for week 18. Outlook number 1. Peace.